Hi everyone, happy 31 days of Halloween. This is our day 3 look, and it's a little, usually I post like first thing in the morning, but I wanted to do a very quick tutorial on how you can make a really cute cat look. So this should take in no time, even for beginners. You don't have to do your eyeliner like how I have, but I love to be extravagant. And this literally is like 4 products. So let's get started. So as far as my eye look, it was the Sephora waterproof 12-hour stay liquid liner. It comes like this, so it's very easy to use. Very easy. So getting that perfect wing or that perfect sculpt of the cat eye is it. I literally just pressed it. Okay, so and then I also went in with my under eye with my NYX white, I'm sorry, this is my CoverGirl, I'm sorry, my CoverGirl white pencil. Okay, and then for my under eyeshadow, this is eyeshadow, this is not eyeliner. I mean, you can use eyeliner if you want to. I usually love using e.l.f. pencils because they're very creamy and they're very durable, but I mean, or I would do a Sephora pencil, just to be more cost efficient. So next, I used, for my under eye, I used my Makeup by Mario palette. Okay, kind of dirty because this is mine. This isn't like my set one. And then just for concealer and everything, I also used the Makeup by Mario palette for my smoky eye and my cut crease. Okay, so after that, I will put my mascara on and I will do my lashes. So this is going to be a very, very, very quick cat look. So oh, also I used like my Makeup for Forever. It's like a everything palette. So it comes with foundations, or you can use these as concealers, then blushes and everything like that. So I use that as far as my bases, like my under eye, to kind of get rid of my mom eyes. So and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish up this look, and it's going to be pretty fast. So my eyes took about like 3-4 minutes. For you, it might take a little longer, but that's perfectly fine. But to get the decorative part of it and to get into your cat look, I strongly advise you to get like a good highlighter, a good black pencil. I can go ahead and use my Sephora liquid liner for my cat nose and my whiskers. And then for my lips, I typically use face paint because I'm a face paint shorty. So either face paint, or you can go ahead and get any black lipstick or a black eyeliner or lip liner. And then I would follow it up with a black eyeshadow just so that it doesn't get sticky, and then it'll last for a longer time. Okay, so we can get started on that. So what I'm going to do is, I really don't use like a blush or contour for my cat looks because cats don't have blush. So but I did, that's the reason why I did my eyeliner like this, is so that I was able to kind of sculpt that cat eye look out. You could go in with like a brown shadow or something just to give it that little extra. So I'm going to go ahead and do that just to show you how it looks. So you can pick any, brown you like. I don't want to go too harsh on the brown because I don't want it to look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this line down to the tip of my nose. And then I'm just going to build that up. So this is going to be fairly easy. I'm telling you guys, it's going to look great. I'm sorry for my lighting right now. So if you're not able to see that right away, I'm going to build that up. So from the corner of your eyeliner down to the tip of your nose, just to contour that cat nose out. See? Okay. Now we can go in with our eyeliner. So you can do like a simple, like just a triangle, but you know, I like realistic things. So I'm going to go for the a majority of the full nose. Let me see. I can actually do my face paint with this one. Okay, so since I'm going to be using the, instead of the Sephora liner, because I feel like it's just going to be easier for me, and I'm not going to be wearing this all day. Now, typically, if I am going to go out and I'm doing a full makeup cat face, I will go in with either my Sephora liner, my e.l.f. liner. My e.l.f. liner is like my go-to girl. I usually use that all the time. So I would go in with the Sephora, or I would do e.l.f. But if you're going to look for a great pencil, the Sephora pencils are also great also. And then you could just do like a cheaper option. I mean, if you want to go to Dollar Tree and get whatever pencil, that is perfectly fine. Whatever suits you, whatever works best for you. Okay. So this is, just because this is my way does not mean this is everybody's way. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tagged face paint cake, and then I've already sanitized it, and then I went in with some water just gently on my brush. I'm going to build this up, and I'm telling you guys, like, this is going to be the easiest Halloween look of your life, you know, because it's very simple. So as a cat knows, it's typically around the nose, just ever so slightly, and then we're going to bring a line down and then outline our top lip. So since I want my lips to correspond with my ears, and you see they're kind of sparkly, I am going to go ahead and use some glitter. Okay, so you can get craft glitter, you can get whatever. I just don't recommend licking your lips because it's just not going to look good. It's not going to be well. But I typically use like a finer glitter on my lips because I don't want the chunk glitter. This is craft glitter, and this is like it's not a cosmetic glitter, but it's also another craft glitter, but it is more fine. So I'm going to use a glitter for my bottom lip, and I'm just going to go ahead and do my nose now, and then I'll show you guys what I do to highlight. So I'm just bringing it around the end of my nose slightly right here. Mark it off. Boom. And then of course, you know, you gotta bring your nose. Okay. And then bring it nice and gently over the top. Now, it is okay if it is not even at first. I usually go ahead and fill in, and then I'll look and see where I'm at. So if I need to bring it up a little bit more, if I need to wipe some away, see? So I'm gonna go, like, this side is pretty, it's pretty good, but I want to clean it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a little mirror. And then take it to that top of the nose. You don't have to go any further than this. Now, if you want to, that's fine. This is your look, so you put your spin on it how you want to. Okay, so boom, that was really easy, right? Okay, so we're gonna go in. I need another drop of water. because I'm using face paint. Now, you don't have to use face paint if you don't want to. If you're not a face paint chick, that's perfectly fine. Get that pencil, like I said, go ahead and put that on. And then after, I would go in with a black eyeshadow and just press it onto that liner so that it gives it more of a deeper black nose. Now you can do this with any color too. So if you're like, oh, I don't want a black nose, use a pink, use a pink liner, use a, or if you want to use eyeshadow, you can just put a little concealer on your nose right here. I would say after you contour the nose, put some concealer on your nose and then pat the pink on, and then you can outline it with whatever you want. So I'm going to fix this up too. There you go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a line to the middle of my lip. And then I usually start here, but I'm going to start out here and see where I want to stop with my lips. Okay, that's cute. Okay, so see, this one's a little higher than this one. That's fine. Take it up a little bit. Okay, so we're even on both sides. Now we're just gonna fill this in. Boom. Okay, it's not even all the way, that's fine. And then we'll fill it in. Okay, so we have that. We're going to let that dry, because if you don't let it dry, it's going to transfer down to your bottom lip. And because I'm going to do the glitter, I don't want it to transfer down. So I'm going to fill this in a little bit more. See, it's coming along. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you see how it's transferring? Well, that's because I'm talking. So usually I would just sit here and be like, okay, so a very easy way to do your dots. Now, if you have paint brushes or makeup brushes, you're good to go. But if you have just a liner or something, you use the back of the liner. So what I'm going to do is I want to build up some water on my pancake so I can get a really good thick consistency of paint. Okay. You see how it's it's getting pretty thick. So I want it to get thick, okay? Because what that's going to do is that's going to help me transfer it from the back of the brush to the face very quickly. Okay, so this is the same brush I've been using. So I use the back of my brush. You can use your eyeliner or whatever. You can find like a little Q-tip or something, but making sure that you get this in here, moving it around, getting into the thickness of the paint. And then what we're going to do is just press it. See, perfect. Boom. So now if you want to do more dots, you can do more dots. I usually do 3. And I'm going to turn the brush over. And you don't need a lot of paint for this part because whiskers are not like really super thick, like natural whiskers. And what you're going to do is press the middle of the dot and flick. Now, if you mess up like I did a little bit, that's fine. I get a Q-tip and I'll clean it up. Boom. So we have our whiskers. They don't have to be perfect. Now, if you are a perfectionist, that's perfectly fine. You can do you. But me, I'm not really a perfectionist, so it's not really necessary. And so we could, before we add some dots on the cheek, just to kind of bring this out, again, I am going to let my lips set for a second. Just so whenever I put the glitter on, I don't want the glitter transferring up and I don't want the black transferring down. Okay, so we got rid of that. Let my bottom lip dry. Now you can use a clear gloss if you want. Take some of that. Okay, I had to press to see. And I am going to do a clear gloss. Because I really want this glitter to stick. Okay, I really want this glitter to do its thing. So I'll let that sit on my bottom lip. I'm sorry I sound weird, but I don't want it to transfer. So go in with my Makeup by Mario highlighter. This is literally the greatest highlighter ever in the world. And because we're doing a sculpted, elongated look, I'm going to go ahead and focus on my glow upward. I'll have better lighting tomorrow, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. And because I love me some highlighter, I'm going to keep going in. I'm going into that palette and I'm going upward. You can even drag it if you want to. But this palette, it not only gives you the glow, but it gives you a nice glitter also with it. See? Okay. So now, since I'm pretty sure my lip gloss has set, it's not super sticky anymore. I'm going to go ahead and get some glitter. Oh, I set my face with the Wet n Wild loose setting powder. I really love this stuff, especially when I'm on set, because it doesn't give me a flashback. Okay, so we're going to get some of that. Now, that same brush that I used to get that lip gloss on, it's gonna be easier if you use that same brush because what it's gonna do is gonna let that glitter stick. It is way easier to transfer that way versus using a dry finger. Okay, I was just making sure it didn't transfer too much from the top to the bottom. See, it's coming along. Now what I do before I go any further is I press this down in my lips, okay? Make sure it is completely pressed in to that glitter, okay? In the into that lip gloss. Because whenever the lip gloss melts because of the warmth of your lips, you don't want it to kind of like drip, or you don't want all this glitter just going everywhere. And in the last 8 years of doing this, I have swallowed a lot of glitter. Okay. Perfect, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and blend for our lives, blend this highlighter out. Now you probably can't see it right now because my lighting is pretty bad, but as of right now, you'll see it in the pictures. And I'll go ahead and take some of this glow because I absolutely adore it. And I'm going to put it a little here, a little here. Some shimmer. And what that's going to do is that's going to give me that nice, good glow. Oh, I got black on my hands. Like I said, it's makeup is fixable, so you can go ahead and rub that away. Even if that shadow goes away, let it dry a little bit. Take that shadow, buff it. If you got to add some more, add more, you know. So, add some glow back. Okay, so adding that glow here. Add some glow there. And then add some glow here. Now I usually go in a V shape, like wherever my contour is, I follow up with my highlighter in that empty space shape. And that is because I would like to, because your contour, the darkest parts is to basically sculpt, and your highlighter is to enhance. So we want to enhance that area. Just blend it up, blend it out, blend it up, blend it out. See? Cute. And sometimes I go ahead and put like just a little gleam here on my nose, just to give a little extra razzle dazzle. And we're done. Let me fix my ear. See, simple. So I'm gonna go take my pictures and show you guys the real effect, like the real deal look in better lighting, promise. But thank you guys. If you have any questions, definitely hit me up. If you have any worries, concerns, or anything like that, or if you want me to show you how I did my eyes like that, I can go ahead and make another video and then show you guys how I did my eyes. Okay, thank you.